I wore this like hiking and it's all shifty. So it's been a hell of a month. And we're about to have this new moon in Aries solar eclipse. And then Neptune's going to move into Aries, which is a huge transit. If you can think back, I believe around early 2020. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Let me double check. I'm going to see when Neptune went into Pisces. No, that was way back in 2011. So Neptune's going to go into Aries briefly, and next year, in 2026, will be when it fully goes into Aries for good. So we're going to have a little bit of bounce back where Neptune goes back into Pisces at some point. There's all these yo-yos, right? Nothing, especially with Venus and Mercury retrograde. Things have been feeling, channeling-wise, living experience-wise, feeling like, we always say this, you're being tested, wah, wah, wah. But this is not your typical astrological test. This is, where's your medal? This is Aries. This is, also we've been under the Martian test with Mars in Cancer, emotional warriors here. This is a different type of test. This is a square with the Mars thing being Mars in Cancer. And it's hard energy. There's no way to gloss over how hard this energy has been. If you're watching, I guarantee you've had more sleepless nights. You've had more confusion. You've had more of a need to become hyper aware of how you self-destruct, what you use as a crutch to make yourself feel better, and choosing if you're going to continue to do that. I see I'm getting comments. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. How is everybody feeling with these transits? Are you feeling... Well, that's cool. Sandpaper to create music. That's very ingenious and very Neptunian. I love that. So I'm sitting here channeling. We're going to do some tarot cards. I'm a tarot reader. I'm a minister. I'm a giver of advice. So if you follow me, you'll get to see more of these videos. I'm on every channel. I'm sui generis regenerate everywhere. My name is Katie. I've been a minister for 5 years or so, but I've been reading tarot since 2005. And I've been in this for an extremely long time. I started reading people's cards for free in 2015, 2016. Then I started, doing it professionally in 2018. So I've been seeing clients for what feels like an extremely long time by now. I'm an astrology teacher. I used to do people's charts, not so much anymore, but I still love talking about astrology because it's one of my loves. Hello. I see you, Marabella. So, like I was saying, there's this pool of energy in Aries, which is our individualism. This is our concept of consciousness, our human bodies. I might have had COVID this month, so I'm still recovering. I didn't get tested specifically, but I'm just now getting my sense of taste back. So If you hear me making noises, that's what's up. I got some water over here. What we're going to do in a few minutes is we're going to get a shadow work oracle card. We're going to get some tarot cards, and my dad just gave me a deck of cards for my birthday on the 26th. That is affirmations for badasses. So we're going to get to that. Reiterating about the astrology, though, okay? I want you to know feeling fucked up right now is pretty appropriate. Everybody wants to feel secure. Everybody wants to feel some type of security. Everybody wants to feel like it's like somebody needs to come along, pat them on the back, and tell them it's going to be okay. Our guts are hanging out. We have had this extremely long Chiron and Aries transit, and now all these other planets are joining. We're going to have Saturn in Aries soon as well. Right now, everything's in fluctuation in between the eclipses. In this weather with Mercury and Venus both retrograde in Aries, and they're heading back to Pisces. So we feel like we're not gaining any fucking traction. We have this back and forth with Pisces and Aries. Pisces is conclusions. You have your ending, and then you have a conclusion. Conclusions take longer. This is when the pieces, This is when the pieces continue to fall into place. So not everything ends as soon as, like, let's say, if you have a breakup, not everything ends in that exact moment. There's a lot of emotional conclusions. Sometimes during that breakup, you have a lot of shared assets, and that pulling apart of things, deciding who gets the cats, who gets the dogs, is part of it. That's the conclusion. There's the ending and the conclusion. There's lots of steps to this shit. So that's part of what these retrogrades are doing is and these eclipses especially, they're creating new energy for the future. But before that can happen, destruction needs to be had. This is the pruning of the plant before the fruiting season. If you don't prune the plant, you'll have branches not delivering the right amount of nutrients to the plant, and your fruit won't be as good. Your harvest won't be as good. So there has to be some type of process of death. We are experiencing shades and shadows of ego death in progress. Like I'm shuffling the cards. We're going to be doing a card reading here in a minute. I have 3 different decks. Stick around. I always offer readings to people at the end of these lives. It's a lot cheaper to work with me if you find me on a live. I will pull for you if you want to send me some tips. I have the information. My tipping info in the description box. So if you want a reading today, right now, I got you. And in the meanwhile, I'm still sitting here talking about the astrology and the purpose of this reading so that you can really get the most out of it. The most of it. We have had everything removed. It's not just you. We have had everything removed from us that could be used as a feeling better mechanism. If it is not truly substantial, if this isn't a skill that you're learning, if you're using shortcuts, okay? Distraction, drinking alcohol, some type of change of consciousness to deal with difficult emotions or difficult circumstances, okay? If you're one of those people that likes to get distracted or run away through substance abuse or through food or through sex or through working out, because working out can be a drug too. There's many different ways you can self-destruct. That's what we're looking at right now, is this feeling of wanting this urge, right? We are feeling either depression or downpression or some type of pressure. I don't want this to be making a noise. Okay, so we're experiencing pressure. We don't want to do things the same old way because we are done. We are feeling the urge to graduate. We are feeling so sick and tired of the same storylines playing out. You're tired of not having the amount of money you need for rent. You're tired of feeling like you dropped your guard emotionally with people and not feeling like it was returned all the way. Maybe things started good. Maybe things started really good and you felt like things were mutual. Maybe you felt like things were great. And then something behind the scenes changed. And you don't know why. You know, maybe there's this question hanging over your head, like, why did this job start good and then start to end this way? Like, why am I feeling like I was safe and secure with somebody 1 minute and just vulnerable and naked and not in a good way the next, you know? Why do I feel bamboozled? There's all these feelings, you know. I've been talking to so many different clients, and there's been people avoidant behavior all around where they're trying to emotionally connect with somebody. So this might be you. You know, see yourself trying to emotionally connect with somebody, and that person pushes you away. And it feels like, what did I do wrong? But it's really more about them than it is you. So there's all these things going on. Every single shade of this. So that's pretty shuffled. Set that deck aside. I'm going to shuffle this one so we can get some good advice. I'm going to say my little card prayer. This is what the card reading is for. You're in the collective where you're feeling so confused. You don't understand why your investments have gone poor. You don't understand why you're working hard and your wheels are spinning. You don't understand why your value isn't being reflected to you in a particular way that you thought it might be. This is Venus retrograde. She is in the underworld. She's just starting to come out of the underworld, which means we can't see her right now. She's behind the sun through her retrograde, and she's in her cycle where she's going through hell, per se. A lot of not accidents. Hello? I am not sure I can pronounce your name. Hi, everybody. Not a lot of accidents. Yeah. Things can be happening, and they're truly not accidents. They're happening for you. It does feel like things are frustrating, though. So you might have things you want, and things aren't panning out the way you thought it would happen. Our egos is what's getting tested. Okay, I started this video talking about getting tested. That's what really this boils down to. This is an Aries egoic test to see if we're going to react the same childish ways that we've reacted in the past. So, Spirit of Truth, Love, and Light, let me get these cards. Let's look at this eclipse that's coming up, this solar eclipse. And I want advice. I want to see what kind of shadow work we're dealing with. I want an affirmation card, which I'm about to shuffle. And I want to do an advice, do, don't. so we can actually get some, forward movement possible during this time of extreme fluctuation. Maybe we can get some direction or an idea of what we're supposed to do. I'm about to pull some cards. Solar eclipse, new moon in Aries. We might feel less special than we've felt in the past, and that's maybe the wounding. Maybe we're feeling isolated because we have this crossover with Aries and Pisces. Our identities are getting dissolved is what keeps happening, to be honest. New identities are being born, and it's very difficult to have purchase right now. It feels like getting turned over in the water of the ocean. Where's my feet? Where's my feet? Where am I? Am I safe? Like, all these questions. Okay, so this is badass affirmations for badasses, all right? You're a badass. You're sitting here with me watching this, right? Let me tell you something. I was crying. I went on a hike, and on the way home, I just started crying. I'm so tired of feeling sad and not sleeping this month. This affirmation right here. I'm not a sunrise. I'm the fucking sun. Shining bright, being vulnerable, being real, being true to who you are is never a fucking mistake. You did the right thing by showing up as yourself and being vulnerable. Let's look at the shadows. My stomach is growling. I don't know if you can hear that. I haven't eaten. That ghrelin response, though. All right, shadow cards for this time period, for this new moon. What are we needing to learn? What are our dark blind spots holding that we need to process? What can we learn? What is the depth of the darkness? What is truly resting on our souls that we need to be tuning in for? What is the pain teacher teaching us right now through our shadows? What are we elevating through? Spirit of angels, truth, love, light, and benevolent darkness. Please set aside my ego for the duration of this reading so that only the pure intentions come through. I ask that the entities that give a shit about us and don't want to sow confusion, the ones that want to see us improve, the ones that want to see us break these cycles, I want them to come into this circle. I ask that you ask your deities of choice. I ask that mine and my guides come through. Thank you. So that I can be protected in this reading and give everybody what they truly need in this exact moment for advice to move forward, which shadows to work with. I ask that the benevolent darkness come in and help teach us lessons that we wouldn't learn otherwise. Thank you for these moments of contrast so that we can be wiser. Help us with the wisdom part. We have been feeling so lost and so desolate. Even though we are taking measures to move physically, we're drinking more water, we're taking care of ourselves, we're being mindful, doing favors for others, being of service, things are still hard. But there is so much gratitude. All right. Give me some shadow work oracle cards. I'm going to do 2. We'll look at what's really going on under the surface. These are the things that are ugly, but we need lanced in order for them to heal. All right? Betrayal trauma. Betrayal. It says, healing begins with acceptance and forgiveness. Deception, treachery, and backstabbing. Trauma. All right? Your scars are proof of resilience and survival. Pain, wounds, shock. So this is all the shit I was just talking about. Sometimes it's not even that somebody else hurt our feelings. It's that we might have seen some possible red flags in the beginning and we didn't do anything about that. And then we feel like a fool for pressing on or, maybe trying to make something work that wasn't really destined for us, not in alignment. Maybe sometimes you did get stabbed in the back. Maybe there was no warning, I don't feel betrayed in my situation. I think there was misunderstandings on misunderstandings in my situation. Either way, there's wounds, there's pain, and there's trauma for everybody involved. Let's get an advice, do, don't. I'm using the Pulp Tarot deck. Three cards. Advice, do, don't. I ask that the information that needs to come out comes out. Let it be relatable. Give us a storyline. Give us what we need to know to live successfully, come out on top of these eclipse energies and the retrogrades. I'm still healing from being sick. I think I had COVID this month, so I apologize for all the coughing and stuff. Give me some advice, please. I don't take reversals in this deck. Advice, do, don't. Thank you. Again, you can follow me. You can like. You can subscribe. You can share. That would be dope. That would really help me. Share this reading. I can read cards for you after I'm done if you want. My tip jar is in the description box. You're welcome to get a reading, a one-on-one right now if you're feeling inclined. Okay, so an advice, do, don't card for these eclipses and Neptune and Aries dipping a toe. It's going to feel so weird. We're all going to feel this. Give me an advice, do, don't. Please, thank you. And remember, no matter what happens, you're not a sunrise, you're the motherfucking sun. All right? Advice, do, and don't. Let's check this out. Oof. I don't know why, but I'm nervous. Okay, so we're starting with the Hanged Man. Sacrifice. Patience. No, putting your faith in something larger than you. This origin of this card has ties to Norse mythology when Odin was seeking deeper knowledge in the form of the runes. So he had tied himself to the tree upside down and sacrificed one of his eyes so that he could gain favor with the gods in order to get this new language and speak esoterically and have deeper knowledge, right? A lot of our stories revolve around knowledge when it comes to mythology. Mythology ties to planets and aspects as well as our personalities. So everything is connected. This is a Neptunian card. We are about to have a huge Neptunian transit. The wisest men know that they know nothing. I'm trying to paraphrase Socrates here. Your knowledge, while you are a powerful entity as a human being, Your knowledge is limited. It's based on limitations of this 3D, 4D environment. But when it comes to 5D, we need to receive the downloads, right? We need to put ourselves in a place where we can translate data from the other realms so that we can not only connect with our higher selves on the other side, but the entities and the ancestors and the guides that work with us on a daily level already. This is a humility process. This is admitting that you, as much as you've studied, you have more to learn, right? That's a process. That's a learning process. Okay, this is the Do card. 7 of Swords. You're not meant to be in the crowd right now. You're not meant to be a part of the crowd. You are meant to baby, to bring forth something, to be as defensive as you need to be to protect it, which is your mind. It's got to do with your mind. It's got to do with your perceptions. You aren't sure what the truth is. That's why you need to submit. I've been sick lately. I'm still healing. I apologize. You have to protect your mind. You have to protect your thoughts. Because you have trauma activating your vibration right now, your actions based on traumatized instinct will get you in more trouble than anything. I would say pull your energy back and be wise. Have some faith. Do not press forward. Do not try to charge this forward. Do not try to push. Don't should yourself to death. This is the Don't card. Don't give up either. Don't call it destroyed. Don't call it over. Don't catastrophize. Don't catastrophize everything. Don't expect the old to follow you into the new. Yes, don't expect the establishment to follow you into the new, but don't expect that that's a bad thing. Don't bring your negative past expectations into the new reality, because this is a really big new reality. Just because it's unknown doesn't mean it's bad. I am struggling with my air passageway, so if anybody is having an afflicted throat chakra or Taurus placements that are under some type of duress with, Uranus, later degrees in Taurus, this might be something to do with you. I know for a fact that Uranus is opposing my Saturn. Fuck. So the establishment is Saturn. So everything... Oh, that's also my health. Fuck. I have 6th house Saturn. I can't do my own astrology live on the fucking YouTube. But yeah, that's a real deal transit for me right now. Didn't think of that. So I'm with you guys in this collective, I guess. Don't count it all over. Count it all joy. This is a sacrifice of what you thought you knew. A sacrifice of the playing field you thought you were on. I just watched Mohenjo-Daro. And in Mohenjo-Daro, well, I mean, I don't know if I should spoil the movie or what, but it's a historical movie at least based on history. So there was a flood. There was a big flood. That's very Neptunian. Things got destroyed to be reborn. The plant needs to be pruned in order to grow correctly. Don't be afraid if things fall apart, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing that it's falling apart. It might be falling together. I will die on that hill. Your perception of this solitude, your perception of this withdrawal period, your perception of this betrayal and trauma is about to change. The advice I would say, going back to this affirmations of a badass card, you are not a sunrise, you are the fucking sun itself. What is the sun? The sun is in Aries, number one. Number two, it's hot. It's burning. It's also Leo. It's fire. It's the brightest thing in the sky. It is unabashedly, unshy. It is bold. It even reflects light at night through the moon, via the moon. So we have a perception of this beautiful light within us, no matter if it's day or night, contrast circumstances, or all easygoing. Honestly, I will always cherish bad days. I will always look back on this month, March 2025, as one of the greatest moments of transformation. Why? Because of how much pain I've been in. You can only sit with other people and love them as deep as you've gone with yourself. And I have gone so deep with myself this month. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the healing that I've been doing. But let me tell you, there's nothing to be ashamed of for saying that shit hurts. These transits aren't that comfortable. Submission, having faith, being self-aware and not self-destructing, not choosing self-destruction, which I believe this is also within the tower. Self-destruction is a huge possibility. This is us just as well as any outside structures, expectations, We really need to protect our spirits, protect our minds, understand that we're not lost just because things are shook up, all right? Betrayal and trauma fucking feel so bad, and you are not crazy for wanting to retract, wanting to put up defenses, wanting to make sure that you are seeing from every angle as much as you possibly can. That's a good thing to be doing right now. Keep your mind open, stay in faith, do not catastrophize everything. If it's falling apart, it might be falling together. Look, well, this is really heavy energy, but I think, it's going to have to be okay. That's what the energy is telling me. This is, in some sense, an illusion of pain, okay? Okay, I'm getting another word. You can identify an experience any possible way. You can identify it as suffering if you want to. You can identify it as a level up if you want to. It's a choice. You might be experiencing pain, but you are not always the victim. Okay? I don't want to use that victim word. It's a nasty word. You want to take that identity on? That's not what we need to do. You can be in pain. You can acknowledge your pain without turning into that. You don't have to become one with it. You can have bad things happen and be a winner, because winning is about the mindset. So I would say that's why we're needing to protect our mind. That's why we have the Seven of Swords here. That's the perception there. All right, so fuck. That was pretty fucking clear, guys. Things are not always what they seem. Shine your light. Shine your fucking light. It doesn't matter if your light is challenged. Still shine your light. If it doesn't mean that you show up only when your energy is perfect. Show up now. Show up. Be present now. Even if it hurts. I love you guys. I'm going to jet. Unless somebody wants a reading. You want a one-on-one reading real quick before I go. Send me your tip and I'll read you real quick. Okay. Well, it looks like we'll talk later. I always come back. Give me a like, follow, subscribe, and a share. If you like this reading, if you find that you resonate with anything that I said, give me a comment. Let me know. Reach out. I love my community. You guys are beautiful. Another affirmation card for badasses. Well, you might not be a girl, but this is what it says. Today be the badass girl you were too lazy to be yesterday. We don't do lazy around here. That's not my vibe. But still. Go deep. Don't avoid it. Don't avoid the pain. That's where the magic happens. Okay. That's it for now. Please take care. I love you guys. Follow. There's going to be more videos just like this.